Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Friday, the 30th day of June. Today is Wildland Firefighter Week of Remembrance. So it's a good thing to do. International Day of Parliamentarism. Okay. International Asteroid Day. Social Media Day. National Meteor Watch Day today. And it is National OOTD Day. And I got to Google that.
I was going to say.
OOTD stands for Outfit of the Day.
Okay.
Remember when our daughter was a kindergartner? Every day she wore a different outfit to school.
Well, yeah, I do.
So Heidi used to do that. Hey, I got a guest joining me today. Miki Sudo is the world champion hot dog eater, and her fiance, Nick Wehry, is also a hot dog eater, and they got this big competition coming up on the 4th of July. We're going to chat with a power couple of competitive eating coming up.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Do 8-year-olds pay attention to the price of their favorite candy at the store?
No.
Researchers at the University of Bonn have found that some elementary school students actually do. But it also turns out that if their favorite treat costs a bit more, they're willing to pay the extra to get what they want. 8-year-olds, finicky taste. Of course, there are also some that don't have cognitive skills to factor in pricing at all. Researchers say the results allow conclusions to be drawn about how well children can evaluate numbers. Those who have lower skills in this regard are probably less able to assess prices. Okay.
Did they really need a study
Apparently
for this?
they did.
That is the most ridiculous thing.
Like, does an 8-year-old care how much their candy bar costs? Does an 8-year-old even know what money is?
Does an 8-year-old have to spend their own money to get the candy bar? No, they don't
just think
care.
That, again, we must have solved all the world's problems because that's what they're working on.
Wow.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that researchers say that they are close to being able to grow decaffeinated coffee beans? That's kind of interesting.
Oh.
A Brazilian Coffee Research Institute has started a decisive stage in a 2-decade project to develop Arabica coffee varieties that are naturally decaffeinated, something they feel could have significant commercial potential. They believe there's a market niche among consumers who would prefer caffeine-free beans to the current decaffeinated brands that are the result of chemical or industrial processes. What do you think?
How do they decaffeinate them now?
With a chemical and industrial process, like I just said. Companies selling decaffeinated coffee could benefit with reduced costs since they could skip that entire process to remove the caffeine from regular varieties. So it's fascinating, the things they're working on in coffee technology 2023. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Ethan Hunt is back. Yes, Tom Cruise graced the red carpet in Rome for the star-studded Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 premiere. And sounds like that's going to be quite the film. It hits theaters July the 12th, so we're a little bit out. And Tom shared that, he's been on the screen with a lot of people, but there's one person he'd really like to work with, Ms. Scarlett Johansson. So he's not had a chance to do that yet.
I love her. She's adorable.
But he said, hey, this is absolutely going to happen. And John Goodman has stuck to the goals that he set for himself 16 years ago. He flaunted his 200-pound weight loss in Monte
Good for
Carlo.
him.
70-year-old, by the way, and he was looking quite dapper in a fitted Navy suit. He was 400 pounds 16 years ago, and he set a goal to lose 200 pounds, and
Good
he
for
hit that
him.
goal. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is now apparently super successful. 2 streaming successes. 20% of all Netflix viewing recently has been something he's involved in. So, yeah, he's doing quite well.
He's doing okay.
He's doing all right. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A study shows that some commonly used baby soaps and baby shampoos can trigger positive tests for marijuana. What? So, yeah, if they're drug testing, babies, your baby could test positive for dope.
Or if you use that stuff.
Yeah. Do adults use baby soaps?
I mean, why couldn't you?
I guess now they do.
They want really soft hair.
You tested positive for marijuana. We're going to have to let you go.
Must be my baby shampoo.
It's probably my no-cry, tearless shampoo. That's got to be it. But this is kind of explains why little babies giggle at everything. It's probably what it is. And with the rise in AI, you might consider, be concerned rather about the security of your job. And who really isn't these days? Well, good news for you. If you work with your hands, leading experts in the field of artificial intelligence claim that those who do manual labor, like plumbers, construction workers, carpenters,
your jobs are safe.
Likely safe from the expansion of AI for a bit anyway, also says that call center staffers could be unemployed soon. Bots are taking over these jobs. Professor Michael Woolridge from the University of Oxford says that anyone whose job requires dexterity likely won't be replaced. Good news. There's a lot of dexterity involved in radio.
No.
What's that? There's not? There's none? Oh, no. In a video he released on this subject, Woolridge points out that there are also an awful lot of jobs which really require human understanding, and having a human there is really quite important. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That's what we have. For that reason, he is not as pessimistic as some about the future. He uses the example of the university staff, which analyzes fetal scans, which use AI to spot abnormalities. He calls that one example of a huge range of technologies which are going to make people's lives better. And people couldn't really do that. They needed something like AI to do that. So, I don't know. It's a different chapter. I don't know that I'm ready to turn that page, but I know people that are, embracing it wholeheartedly. I just don't think I'm quite there yet. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. We are sneaking right up on the 4th of July, and some folks look forward to things like the fireworks, but others look forward to things like the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Yeah, this is a big thing that happens on Coney Island. I'm excited to have Miki Sudo back on the program. We've talked to her numerous times, and now her fiance, Nick Wehry, joining us as well. Before we get started talking about hot dogs, we got to talk about this engagement. That was pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Nick tells the story a little bit better than I do. It was kind of a blur for me.
So, Nick, tell us what you did. I think this is really neat.
It was a few years ago in April. I was traveling out for the DraftKings Red Carpet Film Feast in Las Vegas. It was held at the Paris, and we were having the hard-boiled egg eating contest. And it was the first to finish 50 hard-boiled eggs. Now, mind you, I had been planning this proposal for months, and it was supposed to be kind of close to home and a contest close to us. But then I had to find a way to get her to go with me to Vegas because she was not competing. She was pregnant with our son at the time. So I just bought her a ticket and waited to tell her till it was non-refundable. And then I got to go out there. I finished the hard-boiled eggs. I had my spiel in my head of what I was going to say. And Miki came up to interview me. And everything intelligent, romantic, and otherwise I had to say went out the window. And I kind of garbled for about 15 to 30 seconds, tried to hold it together, and managed to get enough out to where she said yes, and then fortunate enough to where now she's my fiance.
I love that. And you're probably the only person who's proposed after eating that many hard-boiled eggs. That's probably a world record.
I hope so. Yeah, I wouldn't think it was either going to be super romantic or just bizarre and atrocious.
Well, I love it. This is really kind of cool that you guys, first of all, it's neat that you were dating. Now that you're engaged and you're going to be getting married, are there a lot of pro eaters that are married to each other? Is this pretty unusual?
I think we're probably the only one with a baby. We're the only one with a baby, and as far as rankings go, we're the highest one. But I mean, somewhere in the world, there are probably 2 competitive eaters that date. And
we've got the 4th of July sneaking right up. And are both of you going to be competing this year on the 4th of July?
Absolutely. So the winners of the men and women's contests get automatically advanced to the finals. Nick is actually the first person to qualify.
And this is something, you guys are the power couple of professional eating, and this is going to be a thing where all the cameras are going to be on you. Now, they're usually on you anyway, Miki, because #1 ranked female competitive eater. You've done, 8-time national champ for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Do you feel like there's a little extra pressure this year with the fact that you're the power couple up there doing the professional eating?
There's always that pressure to, I'm chasing that 50. The most pressure this year is coming from the fact that Nick is actually giving me a run for my money. Like, I'm always happy to see him do well, but he was, kind of like comfortably 2 or 3 behind me. I can't stand the thought of him possibly holding, the hot dog crown in our household for next year. So, that's probably the biggest source of pressure this year.
So not only are you competing with all the other people, but you're now competing with him as well.
Yeah, for the house crown.
So now you guys have a little kiddo, and I remember, was it a year ago or 2 years ago your baby was born?
Max was born July 8th of 2021. So I was 36 weeks pregnant when I was a commentator that year.
And I remember you and I had a chance to visit that year, and it was kind of weird because you were like, well, it's weird that I'm not competing, but I'm glad that I'm involved. And so now you and Nick have this little baby together. Any pressures for that baby to be a competitive eater? Does the baby go through like pounds of baby food every day?
Oh, God.
That's so he's not allowed to do 2 things, and that's bodybuilding and competitive eating. I think when you level, which are the things you've done, I'm sure you'll be a genetic anomaly when it comes to those things, like if Lisa Leslie and LeBron James had a baby. But I don't want to get the call when he's in 6th grade saying, "Oh, your son ate 17 plates of pizza in 2 minutes today."
And you'd be like, "Yes." Oh, wait, no, I mean that's not good.
Exactly. Yeah, that'll be a stern talking to.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking some time to chat with us. All eyes will be on you on the 4th of July. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. I wish you both the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Again, Miki Sudo and Nick Wehry and the Nathan's famous 4th of July International Hot Dog Eating Contest coming up on the 4th of July, and that is at Coney Island. We'll have all of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first use of Google as a verb in pop culture was on a TV show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
So up until that point, nobody ever said Google that.
Oh,
But
interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, the first one we know of. It could have been like Mike from Sacramento. Who knows? But that's the first one we know of. Hey, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sleeping on your stomach can induce weird and scary and sexier dreams. Guess what I'm going to be doing tonight? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Al Capone played banjo in the Alcatraz prison band. I didn't know they had such a thing.
I didn't know they had a thing either.
What if they put it on your records?
I love it.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cows give more milk when they listen to music. That's why so many people have those earbuds in their cows. Oh, they don't do that? And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
Barry White in the barn.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Geckos can turn the stickiness of their feet on and off at will. Hey, I think toddlers can too, as long as peanut butter and jelly is involved.
Jeez.
Several fun facts. Now, you know, thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. In a survey, 15% of restaurant servers said they wish their customers would stop doing this. What is it? We don't do this, by the way. But they wish that we would stop.
I don't know.
Sitting together on the same side of the booth or table.
Oh.
Yeah,
why do they care where they sit?
I don't know, but they don't like that.
Okay.
So, for whatever reason, it's like, hey, you guys, quit loving each other. I'm here by myself, so why are you loving each other? I don't know. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. The secret to eternal youth might be death. Well, somebody else's death, that is. Some dermatologists are offering a product called Renuvia, R-E-N-U-V-A. You think I'm saying that right?
I have no idea.
Renuvia?
Sounds like it.
Anyway, it's made from human cadaver tissue. Are you sold yet? It also, yeah, I'm not either. That does not use synthetic fillers, though, or customer's own fat. That's something else that others do. Adds volume to their face. Renuvia is said to last longer, and it keeps getting better, they say, with every treatment. This sounds so weird. Yeah. According to one proponent, they say it's made from cadaver tissue, but those using it don't seem to mind. Okay. I see it as an equivalent to a medical transplant. Not really. Cosmetic dermatologist Dr. Paul Gerard Frank said Renuvia is off-the-shelf injectable like any other filler that does not require surgery. It can also be used to fill dimples or unevenness on the body, such as things after surgery. End quote. No, I'm not interested. That is just weird.
Not even a little.
Cadaver tissue? So you're using a dead person to make yourself look better?
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm checking out on this one. Weird news. Now, hey, if you're into this, I mean, that's fine for you. I mean, who am I to say? Did I just say they were?
I'll say it.
It's a little odd. But if you're into this, do you. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I think this is the weirdest thing ever. This could have been our weird news. The world's most livable cities. Think about this. Aren't they all livable? I mean, people are here.
Well, you know what? No.
Really? I think cities are...
I guess it depends on your point of view.
They're taking in factors like stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. So, number 20, Amsterdam, Netherlands. 19, Luxembourg. 18, Berlin. 17, Frankfurt. 16, Brisbane, Australia. 15, Tokyo. 14, Helsinki.
Really?
13, Perth, Australia. 12, Adelaide, Australia. A tie for 10, Auckland, New Zealand, and Osaka, Japan. Now, we're into the top 10. The top 10 most livable cities in the world. I guess this is top 9. Toronto is 9. There's a tie for 8, or 7, I guess. Calgary, Canada, and Geneva, Switzerland. Those are both 7. Zurich, Switzerland, 6. Vancouver, Canada, 5. Sydney, Australia, 4. Melbourne, Australia, 3. Copenhagen, Denmark, 2. And the number 1 most livable city for people who live in Vienna, Austria. So there you go. Not a single place in the United States on the list, by the way. For those of you who are
that's why I'm
keeping
wondering what the factors are, what they're
know.
looking at there.
I don't know. But they're livable. Apparently, Some places not so livable. All right, the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. I almost said who the quote is from. Courtesy of Mark Twain? No. Our quote today, coincidentally, is from Mark Twain.
Oh.
I love this quote. The reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated. So while he was very much alive, a story went out that he died. And it made it all over the country, and there were people talking about it. And
that still happens today.
It does. I was going to just say, this was before social media. Because like in the late 1800s, early 1900s is when this happened. So like 100 years ago is when this happened. And again, it happens all the time now on social media. You'll hear, so-and-so. And I never share those things until I know for sure. Because I'm like, I don't want to be the one sharing this. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. And guess what, Heidi? I've got some good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Hey, you have to quit typing now because we're talking.
I'm sorry.
Heidi has
I'm listening.
chosen to have one of the loudest keyboards on the planet.
I love my keyboard. It makes me
Make
happy.
some noise on that thing so people can hear. Listen to that. And that is her typing quietly. She has a clickety-clack loud keyboard.
I love it.
My keyboard over here, listen to this. You can't hear it. It's silent. Heidi's keyboard, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Here's the thing. Nobody knows if I'm working or not. We know if you're not working. I'm just saying I thought this through. Hey, here's the good news, by the way. A mother is overwhelmed by strangers' kind act to her daughter with cancer. I love this story. Mother overwhelmed by the kindness that people shared with her daughter, and she were shopping at a mall in the United Kingdom. She was there. Her daughter's name is Indy, by the way. Currently undergoing cancer treatment. She's battling leukemia, and she's now in her 5th round of chemotherapy. And I can see in the photo here, it's very, very obvious. She's bald, and she's a very happy-looking young lady. But while they were at the Apple store, a man came up to the mother and said, "My son had cancer. I know how you're feeling." Then he looked at Indy and said, "I've got something for you." And he reached in his pocket and he pulled out a 100-pound note.
Okay.
Gave her 100 pounds, like $100. The man revealed that his son had also been treated for cancer and was now 10 years in remission.
Oh.
Both me and him was absolutely bawling out eyes.
Both me and him.
I'm reading quote for quote here.
Okay.
Both me and him was absolutely bawling out eyes, cuddling in the middle of Apple shop.
Okay.
Everyone was looking at us for that minute. Someone knew exactly how I felt. Indy, that's the daughter, was over the moon at the cash gift from the stranger saying, "Mummy, I'm rich." The generosity meant Indy, as an inspiring TikTok star, could afford to buy a new makeup and skincare product that she wanted to get. So they rolled over and got that. That's really cool. Telling them that his son was a decade in remission also gave the both of them some hope as well, which is really
sweet.
cool.
That's really
I've got a link to the story. You could read the quote for yourself if you don't believe me, Heidi. She's over there rolling her eyes.
I believe you.
She thinks I misread it like I did for
like you
every
usually
other
reread.
piece. Like every other piece of...
No,
that was
I
a
do
direct
believe
quote,
you.
though.
I do believe you.
It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening on a Friday.